Hello and welcome. My name is Zaffar Iqbal, and you are watching the Mojo Story. As the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas comes into effect for the release of 50 Israeli hostages which have been taken away by Hamas in Gaza, we're joined by Amir, who's the nephew of Maya Goren, a 56-year-old kindergarten teacher who was taken captive by Hamas while setting up the kindergarten space on October 7. October 7 was the day when Hamas carried out that surprise attack inside Israel. 1,200 people were killed in that attack, and over 200 people were taken away by Hamas as hostages during the attack. Her husband, Avner, was at home and he was killed by the Hamas. Let's go directly to Amir. Welcome to Mojo Story, Amir. How have you been holding up for all these days? Extremely challenging times for you and your family. Your aunt has been taken away as a hostage. Your uncle has been killed in that attack. How have you been dealing with that situation? It's extremely troublesome and shocking for a family.
Thank you for having me. These days are, like you said, are really hard. I think we don't even have the time to grieve about my uncle Avner, because we're all the time in the situation to bring back Maya, to bring back also 75 people from the kibbutz that Avner and Maya lived in. A lot of people that my mom grew up in this kibbutz, and she knows almost all of these people, and her friends are very worried for them. So we try to do everything that we can with all these difficulties and hard time. We interview, we shout our messages, we speak to the world, to our government, to bring back as soon as possible all the people that are there. There are old people that need medicines, there are babies, kids, that all these people the Hamas kidnapped to Gaza. So it's a hard time, and we must continue to do all these things. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm saying that what are your thoughts about the ceasefire agreement that's been reached between the Hamas and Israel? Uh, do you feel that there is a ray of hope that that all those hostages will be released? What we know that 50 people will be released, women and children. We exactly don't know who they will be, but reportedly they'll be women and children. What are your thoughts about the ceasefire agreement?
My personal thought is that it's a good thing to do, to give a chance to all these 50 people. It's very it's not enough, of course, for us, but I think that it's a good thing, because like I said, they don't have time, and we want everyone that can go back to us to go back to his loved one. And I know that it's not the only thought. There are people that afraid that their loved one who might not come in this deal maybe won't come anyway, maybe won't come at all. But it gives us a little hope for these people at last. We believe we want our government to keep and bring the rest of the people in the following weeks and days. But I know that the people of the Kibbutz Nir Oz, when my aunt and my uncle lived in, are very happy for everyone that comes. one out of 4 people in this kibbutz is missing, is or dead or kidnapped by Hamas. So and this kibbutz need to rise up somehow from all the things that happened to it. The kibbutz was on fire on these days. The Hamas burned houses, kidnapped people, like you all know. There are horrible stories from these days. So everyone that will come, it will be a good things for the people, a little air from them, a little happiness in this difficult months and a half that have been for that we have been through.
Entire kibbutz has come together standing in solidarity with the families who lost their loved ones and also whose loved ones have been taken away by Hamas and kept as hostages in Gaza. But are you also concerned about the process of release? We know that four, hostages have so far been released in two batches, two each. Are you concerned about the entire process? Now 50 will be released. What we know from reports is that they will also be released in batches, not all together.
Can you repeat the question again,
I'm
please?
saying I'm saying that the entire kibbutz has come together. They're standing in solidarity with each other, with the people who lost their loved ones, and also with those whose loved ones have been taken away by Hamas and kept as hostages inside Gaza. What we know until now, four hostages have been released in two batches, two each, in the last few days. But now this is what we're told that these 50 will also be released in batch. Do you have any concerns about the process of their release?
Actually, I don't know. We've been told that our soldiers, the IDF soldiers, will come there, will take them from Gaza, will say to them, to the kids, to the mothers, and that we come from there, that they are from Israel or an IDF soldiers, and they have no reason to worry from them. I hope that all these people will come healthy and will come. I assume that emotionally that they won't come as how in the same way they went there. But I really hope that they will come healthy and in one piece. And our people waiting for them. From what we've told, we have no reason to worry about the process. Like I said, the soldiers will come and they take them. So I have a little worry, but not. But I trust IDF. I trust this process and this deal on our government in this situation.
Made by the government thus far have been satisfactory to ensure the release of the hostage. All those efforts that have been made by the government, we reports indicate that it's other governments, also Qatar and involvement of US, that has facilitated the process of the release. What we know is that there have been protests in Israel demanding the government to be more proactive as far as the release of these hostages is concerned.
What you talk about the way the government
Yeah, yes,
talk about
yes.
it with families. I know the families in Israel were. You're right. They wanted more answers from our government. Um, there have been people thought that the government doesn't don't say enough to them. They were very worried about their loved one, so they wanted more answers. But now we hope that these 50 people will be an opening episode for all the last people, all the people that are still there. I think that the families are now have more relief that we start to receive all these people. 50 people is more than 4 people like it was before. So I hope that it's a sign, that it's a sign for all the rest of the people that will come. That I read that now for every people that the Hamas will give to us, will give them another what it called a rest day in Gaza. We want bomb all the bases and the Hamas terrorists. So we hope that in these deals, the Hamas will release more and more people in this in the days that will come.
Now to your aunt, that 50 people who will be released, mostly women and children. Is she among those 50, or there is no clarity, there's no information yet? Will she be among those 50, or she won't be among the
We
first batch
didn't
of people?
we didn't receive information from that about that. So I can't tell you. I assume that she's not among these people because no one told us anything about it. But in another hand, that I know that there's people that also didn't receive answers. I don't know if anyone received the information. From what I know, this Wednesday evening, the Hamas will release the names, or Israel will release the names of the people that will come tomorrow. So maybe this evening we'll know more. But we didn't receive any information from about her, so I think she won't be there, sadly. But I have a little hope. Maybe we know better this evening. Maybe she is part of these 50 people. I really can't tell.
Right. Of course, those details have not been made public, but what is known is that 50 of the hostages will be released, women and children. They will be released in batch. That is what is known. But of course, you will get to know eventually, and we hope that she's among the first batch of people that are released. But do you also have some concerns about the other agencies, not just the government, but civil society, but humanitarian agencies could play a more proactive role to ensure the release of the hostages?
Sorry, worry about what? I didn't understand.
Could civil society and humanitarian agencies play a more proactive role as far as the release of hostages is concerned? Government is trying at its level. The security forces are on the ground, but there's civil society, humanitarian agencies, the Red Cross, the other agencies who can play a more proactive role as far as the release of hostages is concerned. It's been a long time now. 7th October, they were taken away, and it's been more than a month now.
Yeah, I worry about what happened there. I really, I have a big worries about the situation of the people there. Um, I every time I hear another story about someone that need his medicines, someone that need pills, and the people are there for like a month and a half. Um, I can tell that I walked last week. There's been a march in Israel, march for the hostages, to call to the world and to our government to bring them back now as soon as possible. We walked there. We shout things like "Bring them back now," and we also shouted things like "Red Cross, do your job." We wanted the world every time that the media from outside came to us, we shout this message: Red Cross, do your job. So people all over the world will know will know that we want help with these people, with these innocent people, to help with their health, with their situation. If they want to bring them back to us, so at least that the Red Cross will come there and help them, because like you said, all these organizations didn't do nothing by now, and we really wanted them to do something to help our people.
We hope and pray that she is released soon and she is reunited with the family. Thanks so much for joining us. It's a challenging time and tough time for you and the family. Thanks so much for joining us today on Mojo Story. That's all the time we have on this show. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you very much.
Mojo Story has always made a commitment to its viewers to go to where the story is. And as you can see here, we are at the epicenter of the Israel war on Gaza. We are right at the front line, about 1 mile from the Gaza Strip, as the Israeli military gets ready with its tanks and its gunners to begin its final frontal assault that will take troops into Gaza. As we said, we are not like other organizations. We believe in giving you all sides of the story objectively and as much as possible from the ground. And that's exactly what we're doing here, covering the biggest global story today from the epicenter of the war zone. So please, we need your support. Support us, become a Mojo member, subscribe to us, spread the word, and thank you for your support.